Well, we're in the side yard again, and it is daytime, and it is the day before I leave for India. So I thought I would take some videos so that I could capture the garden before I'm gone, because it'll progress so much in the next week, I'm sure. So let's see. Let's take a look at my rose here. This is Tess. So this is Tess of the Dubervilles. I think that's called what it's called. Tess is really beautiful. It is a dark red. Here, let's see. Oh, there it is. Tess has tons of buds. It's pretty prone to aphids. I've been washing this thing off almost daily to make sure that I don't have so many bugs on it. It has a ton of blooms. All of these, I have a lot of David Austin roses, which are like old English garden style roses, like the really big chunky roses that are like the size of my hand basically. So they need a lot of maintenance just to keep them healthy and clean and bug free. So you can see a little bit of like, there's a little bit of damage on this. That's, I think, I can't tell if that's from it being diseased or from my previous attempt to spray, but they're getting there. These are probably a couple weeks out. I don't think this is gonna bloom while I'm gone unless it's really bright. But this thing has the gnarliest spikes. Like, oh my god, it's so crazy. Look at this. It's like it spikes has spikes, you know, like ridiculous. So it's a no touchy plant. And then I prune all of the bottom. I just did this like 2 days ago. Prune off all of the bottom so that it's less disease prone. Oh, you can see my bags of old seed collection down there. You'll see lots of those bags today. And this is cordata. This is variegated cordata. It tastes just like regular cordata. My mom always freaks out about these because she thinks it's poisonous. If we eat the fully green version, I eat this one just fine. So this is super invasive actually. It can't be left in the ground. It's even worse than mint. It's called fish mint, and it grows with these little stolons, which are roots. And last year I put a couple of clumps just randomly in the dirt in the front, and it liked it so much. Every single little tiny bit of the root sprouted, and it was horrible. So I ripped it all out and put it back in the pot. And then back there we have some mint that my cousin gave me. She gave me a twig, and I had to keep it in hydroponics for a whole year for it to root before I could get it into a pot and grow it as a plant. But it's amazing. It's really good, really excellent mint. And then this one, oh my gosh, I was obsessed with this rose last year. It's called Lady of Shallot. And it is just, I don't know, I was really into this coloration last year. This like peachy pink mix. It's a very peachy color, and then it's, let me stand so you can see the color better. It's so beautiful. This one's definitely gonna bloom in the next week. I think it's already so mature. And look at this, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, here's another that's so close. I'm gonna be so mad if they all bloom while I'm gone. I know there's more. I know that it'll continue to produce lots of blooms. Like, you can see how many blooms there are on this thing. Roses are super hungry. They want to be fed constantly, all the time. So I'm excited for them, but it's also a lot. Also, so the way that roses grow is they have these main canes. So you can kind of see they're clipped to the trellis, and the main canes just kind of continue to grow, and I bend them into this S shape that come up and around. It keeps them low. It also forces the plant to branch a lot, so it's very dense. Like, look at how many blooms are in the lower area. If I just let it grow straight up, all I would have is vertical branches and no blooms, or very few blooms. And so what I'm gonna do, this is a new main cane that has sprouted off here. What I'm gonna do with this one, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna start bending it and then clipping it, you know. But so I'll probably do that at some point. So pretty. I have both of the pots have a little bit of clematis trying to grow, but they struggle a lot because the poor clematis can't fight against the super aggressive rose roots. Roses can be kind of like a weed, they're very aggressive. And this is mint. There's two kinds in there. I've lost track which is which, so I just eat them. These ones taste very similar, but the one that my cousin gave me tastes really different. And then back here is a variegated thyme, and it's got these white speckles on it. It smells really good. We eat this one a lot. There's a little bit of reverted thyme, which means it just goes back to green. And there's a little bit of just garbage from the rose in here. They're really pretty. I did a good job trimming this one, so it looks really nice and dense. There's another one over in the other corner that I did not do such a good job, and then it just looks like a hot mess. But that happens when you have too many plants and not enough time. This is a really, really pretty rosemary. This is my favorite rosemary. I like it because it stays really low, so it helps to suppress the weeds, although there's a weed right there that maybe I'm gonna pull it because I don't want it. But usually it's pretty good. It's hard for the weeds to get a foothold because it's just so dense, and it covers the ground so much that, you know, it's hard for them to really get much footing in there. And then this is, you know, I bought a new artichoke because it's in the front. It's massive. Because this one was really struggling last year. It never made more than like maybe 2 leaves best. And so, but then literally, and you can see how much it got eaten. Like literally last year, it had like 4 leaves and they all look like this. And then right after I bought the other one, ew, there's a roly-poly right there. Gross. They're not actually harmful, so I just leave them. But it just had so many problems last year that I thought that it was gonna die. And then sure enough, right after I bought the new one, this one started taking off. So I guess I'm just gonna have 2 artichokes. I can't even remember what kind this is, although it looks like there might be a tag back here. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's really stuck in the root. Oh, this is the purple. Okay, so maybe I will have both green and purple artichokes, which will be super exciting because I want both. I want both. I think these are gladiolus bulbs. I had lots of bulbs this year, so I just tucked them wherever I could manage it. And a bunch of peas that finally won the battle against the slugs, or at least is winning the battle against the slugs. Earlier this year, it was so wet that the slugs were decimating my peas. I would plant them, they would all be eaten as soon as they were out of the ground. So the slugs have been absolutely demolishing stuff. And then here are some really, really sad lilies, poor lilies. I think I'm gonna have to move them because the rhubarb has quadrupled in size between last year and this year. Oh, and I gotta show you these. I hate these weeds too. These are the poppy ones. They're called bitter cress. Ugh, gross. And anyway, the lilies are they're here, but the rhubarb is crazy looking, and I think they're not gonna be able to fight against, you know, this massive thing. At least maybe I can transplant them over here where there's more space and a little bit farther away, because I would love some height here, but I don't think they're gonna make it through the insanity of the rhubarb. What you don't see right now is, well, I guess maybe you can see all the stems that have been cut off from the rhubarb, but these are like, the rhubarb leaves are humongous. Right? So yeah, it's just crazy. Also, I just noticed the rhubarb is starting to get leaf miners. These little asshole bugs that they're in between the leaves. So you can see it, it's like right there. It makes the leaf translucent. It eats the layer between the leaves. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them, look. So there, you can see it, right? Right there. And they're disgusting. More thyme. This one's beautiful too. This one just has really nice oblate leaves. A little bit of variegation right on the top. So pretty. I love collecting thyme. I eat them, just not nearly enough. There's my tiny, teeny tiny, very cute fig. It's growing now, so I'm excited. I'm hoping that that next year it'll produce fruit. I don't think it's going to produce fruit this year. It's way too small for that, but I wouldn't want it to produce any fruit this year because I just don't think it would be safe for it to do that. This is my star jasmine. It blooms in winter, and it's like the only thing that blooms when it does bloom, so it's delightful for that. And it really needs to be pruned. I didn't have space for it last winter, so it lived through winter in a pot, in a 1 gallon pot. Poor thing. I was not very kind to it, so I just need to prune it, cut off all of the, you know, there's dead tips everywhere. Prune that all off. I'll come through with my shears and prune it off at some point so that it can hopefully cover. I wanted to cover this whole thing right here, and I'm also hoping that it will put on a beautiful show in winter this year. More gladiolus. I mixed all my gladiolus bulbs together, so I have no idea what colors they're gonna be. Same with the lilies. I've lost track. I remember thinking, oh, I'm gonna remember this. No, I will not. I will not. My chives are going crazy. I really need to harvest them because they're starting to bloom. And in stores, they sell these for like a bucket full of money. I don't know why. They're not all that. Oh, and I have new jasmine growth that needs to be put on the trellis so that it could actually climb. Come on, friend. I'm gonna climb and not just flop on the ground. There they are. Apparently I tried to put a clematis here. We'll see. Clematis, sometimes I struggle with them. Once they get big enough, like when I buy them from the store and they're already established, they do okay. But man, when they're real tiny like this, I don't know. They have a really hard time getting off the ground. Oh my gosh. This thing. So almost all of the bloom, like there's hardly any, there's like 2 flowers left per branch that's active. So this kale is done. This kale needs to be taken out. This is my favorite kind of kale. This is like the lacinato kales, and I love it. It's just, it's very disease prone, or not disease prone. It attracts those horrendous cabbage looper worms. Oh, they're disgusting. And so it's because these leaves, right, they're like all curly and they got these lobes, and the worms just, they hide in there. It's hard to spray them off. I might take a few seeds from it, but I'm gonna cut like 99.9% of this down because, I mean, look at this. Like each of these is like, what, 50 seeds probably? So I got seeds. These are my strawberries. I don't think I have any forming at the moment, but they're actually doing okay. Very little slug damage, but you can see I've got marigolds everywhere to try to prevent the slugs from eating them. Maybe give them something else they want to eat instead. And it's just a little early for strawberries. You know, strawberries are usually June bearing, so it's barely even May. They're not even set fruit. This is my cherry tree. I started, I haven't finished, but I started to thin the fruit. So this tree is very young. It's very small. It's only about maybe 4 feet tall. I don't know. It goes up to like my chest. And it cannot support the amount of fruit that got pollinated. It has so many fruits. So the tree will self-abort most of its fruit that gets set, and then I bag them because the birds will, okay, like you can see down here, I haven't cleaned these yet. So you see how, like, well, this one didn't get pollinated, so this is how you can tell it's not pollinated. So that just falls off. But these the tree will probably abort. They're really small. So what they'll do is they just won't send nutrients to the fruits that it can't support. And so what it'll do is it'll keep the big fruits. Yeah, see, I touched it and it just fell right off. It'll keep the big fruits and they'll ripen, but I gotta bag them because the birds will come get them, and I don't have enough to share yet. Someday I think it would be nice, but not right now. This is another rose that's about to pop. It's probably gonna bloom in the next, oh gosh, maybe 2 days. This is Double Delight. This is one of the most classic cut roses that you can get. So the reason the cut roses are different than climbing roses, right? Because climbing roses make these like clusters of flowers. Most of them make big clusters. Or like shrub roses will make clusters, but roses that are bred for cutting, they have this one nice long stem, no branching or nothing, right, all the way down, and very tall, so that you can like cut them. Right, let me stand back. You can cut them down here and get like a full long stemmed rose. So, oh, here's another great example, right? Very long, and it doesn't even branch until like way down here. So every single bloom is on a tall branch. So that's what happens when roses are bred specifically to be cut. So here's one of its blooms. This is why I think it's gonna open in the next 2 days, and I'll probably miss it. I'm so sad. I want to be here for all the first blooms. I'm gonna try to smell it. It smells super good, actually. It smells really sweet. Really, really pretty. Beautiful for cutting. If it's still good looking when I come back, I'll probably cut a couple, just because that's why I have this rose, so that it can be cut. This is the only one of my roses so far that is a cut rose. I'm thinking about getting another one. I don't think I want more than 2, but it's just so nice. And the thing is, it's also super resistant to bugs. Like, this thing has no bugs on it. It's got no disease. It's like crazy. So good. Best genetics. This is a new one for me. It's called Wallerton Old Hall. What a weird name. David Austin. I don't know. I guess they name it after like some British thing, but I don't know what that is. It's really small. It'll start climbing. It's here because I wanted to climb the arbor eventually and just whoop over here. So someday it'll get there. It's not there yet. It'll probably take a couple years to do that. These are snaps that are just hanging out, trying to, well, this one has one single sad bloom. But I don't think that any of these other ones are going to, I didn't think that this would bloom or do anything. And I didn't think this one would bloom either, actually. So I put these in because I hopefully will have a little bit of color in this bed. Try to attract the pollinators here. But, this one is so small right now that I would be surprised if it does much, if anything at all, this year. You look at the size difference between year 1 and year 2. So this was the same size as this last year. So that's how much growth happens over 1 year. It's so wild. So this is a bush type rose. And so again, like, look at this big difference, right? Like, big cluster. These ones actually do have a long stem, but the long stem just leads to a big pile of blooms. So look at this, right? Yeah, gorgeous, so beautiful. I mean, just I love that so much. It's so beautiful. It's like, it's this old-timey peachy feel that just, I don't know, it feels so delicious and so exciting. Ah, this one's so close to opening. But this one has been having a lot of disease issues. So you can see some chlorosis back here, where actually I'm just gonna take that off. So when the leaves get diseased, I just take them off because I can't prevent the plant from getting disease. I mean, I can spray it, but you know, not really, not well. So the best thing to do is to actually just take off the diseased leaves to try to reduce the space that the bacteria has to, you know, to replicate, right, to make a home. And so that's what I do. And then I try to get rid of the leaves, and that you just throw them away. You can't keep them anywhere because, again, it's just like a overwintered home for them. So we'll keep walking down this way, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the other side. Although this is already 20 minutes. What the heck? It takes me too long to see all my plants. This is my pretty onion. This is a Japanese style onion, and I have it, well, this one I accidentally like bashed it and killed all of its flowers. But it looks like this right now. I really like these. This is the first time it's produced flowers, so I'm super excited because then I'll get to save some seeds. But these are amazing because they have these big, thick stems. So you have a lot of stem to work with. So it's not like the regular onions that are really small and have just like a tiny, tiny little stem. And then here are my tomatoes for this year. So tomatoes are planted behind snapdragons. Might have to take those out because tomatoes are going to eat this whole bed. There'll be nothing here except tomatoes in a hot minute, and the onions to keep the pests away, and marigolds, but that's not the star of this bed. So back here I have an early girl. I have two early girls, this one and this one, and they are like, I feel like they're my insurance policy in case the weather goes to shit in the summer. And you know, if we have a really wet or cold summer, I have to have some insurance that I'll get fruit. So early girls pretty much always will produce fruit. They don't produce the greatest tasting fruit, but they will produce. So there's little risk of things going wrong, basically, and not growing, somehow not getting tomatoes. This one is a San Marzano. It's a paste tomato, so this is a much denser tomato. It produces a tomato with very few seeds, almost no gel, and you use them to make tomato sauce. And then this one is called Yong Flam. It's a slicer tomato, so that's like those big tomatoes that are really meant to like be sliced up right away, go into a sandwich. So not really a processing tomato because it's got kind of a big open structure, lots of gel in there, just more open, lots of like little pockets, but it's really beautiful. Slicer tomatoes look amazing when they're cut open, so I'm really excited about this one. I did some research and apparently this is one of the best tasting tomatoes, so very excited. And then this little one, it looks so small right now, it doesn't even make sense. I'm excited to do these videos because, oh my god, in 2 months this thing will be an absolute monster. That's a sun gold. Sun golds are insane. They're sprawling, enormous, crazy, produces like wild. The only issue with sun golds is you have to be super on top of harvesting. So if the fruit is left on the plant and then it rains, the fruit will split immediately. Very fickle tomato, but almost universally agreed upon as the best tomato. So I skipped them for a couple of years because I got pissed off at their splitting, because you lose the fruit when it splits. So I don't know, I'm gonna try it again because I just, you know, they made other tomatoes that are based off of this one. So you can get Sun Sugar, Sun Peach, a bunch of similar things. They're all named Sun because they're all derivatives of this tomato right here, but they don't taste the same. I saw a sun green this year too, but I don't like green tomatoes. I think they're stupid because, like, it's one thing to eat green tomatoes as green tomatoes, but there are tomatoes that ripen green and then you just can't tell when they're ripe, which is stupid. It doesn't make sense to me. This is a Campari. It is a probably 1.5 inch size tomato. It's the generic tomatoes that you see when you buy like fancy tomatoes from the store on the vine. Really, really pretty. And I bought some this year from Costco and they were really delicious. So I thought, I'll try growing them. Why not? And then this last one, it's kind of squeezed in at the end. Like I plan to just have these 6, but then when I went to buy tomatoes from the tomato lady, which I'll tell you about tomato lady some other time, tomato lady, her friend was there and her friend was gushing about Juliet and how much she loved Juliet and the production that she gets from Juliet. So I'm gonna try Juliet because maybe Juliet is so good I can replace Early Girl, because I like Early Girl, but it's not spectacular, you know. Here is another rose. I got a bunch of roses from a neighbor, and it's doing really well. It's definitely a bush type. It probably needs a little bit of pruning, but it seems to be so compact, right? Like this is you can tell this is a pot, like a patio size rose, because its growth is just so tight, super, super compact. The leaves are super close together. So I think this is gonna stay pretty small. I don't see any buds on it yet, but it's also its first year. So again, I don't expect to see any buds. This is more, not more. This is my little cranberry. It's my first time going cranberry. I decided that I have this dream of making my own cranberry. I have no idea how many fruits one cranberry plant makes, so maybe I'm only gonna get like 4 cranberries and it'll be hilarious. I'll make cranberry sauce with 4 cranberries, whatever. Another rose, I forgot the name. They didn't label them really well when I took them home, so I lost the tags and now I have no idea which one's which, but super beautiful. Probably in the same color range. I really love like the color gradation. Oh look, there's a bee friend. We can watch bee friend go to work. Oh, bee friend. Oh, bee friend is so busy. Look at bee friend nomming away. So this is a thornless blackberry. Oh friend, did you find a home? There you did. Oh, it's so cute. Look at its butt. This last year, this little blackberry produced maybe 4 flowers, and this year it's got clearly more than 4 flowers. So very exciting. Oh my gosh, I love watching these so much. It's completely thornless, so it makes it really easy to harvest, but I have to net it because literally everything will come for this thing. Like everything will come for these berries. They're so delicious. I don't blame them, but you can see how beautiful the blooms are. Happy friend, you already worked on that one. Oh, it went off. These are, oh, let me zoom back out. These are my thornless raspberries. Raspberries are also amazing, and they're just starting to bloom now. And this is their 2nd year, so I'm actually gonna get fruit this year because last year they were tiny, tiny baby canes, and I bought them as like 6-inch sticks, 3 of them, and then they've become this, yay, in 2 years. This is a Costco purchase. Okay, so this is strawberry shortcake, and this is I think it's fall gold. And oh my gosh, last year it produced so many berries. It was very, very, very exciting last year. But when you buy them from Costco, they already have their 1-year canes, so they actually produce. And so, and then I cut those ones back, and so this year they flushed out new growth, and I should have even more berries. Very exciting. This is the same, but I had an issue with both of these, but especially this one. This one was completely infested with leaf miners or leaf hoppers, and I tried to spray them. Lesson learned, can't spray fresh raspberry leaves with that because you can see like they just got really damaged, and I lost a portion of the plant, it'll recover. It's not a big deal. So what happens is the plant, so these are 1-year-old canes right here. So this grew last year, right? And then in the new year, so this year, it just produced the fruiting spikes. Oh my god, my neighbor is hammering something. I might have to stop this and then start again because they're kind of loud. Okay, we're gonna stop here. Bye.